This is the Cancer Boss Method podcast, the place to be when cancer sucks and you don't want it to. I'm Leslie Nance, survivor, cancer coach, and healing mentor. Come learn the truth about what your role is in your own healing. No BS, just real strategies from a cancer coach who has been there, done that. And I'm talking about healing. Hey, welcome back to the Cancer Boss Method podcast. I'm your host, Leslie Nance, certified holistic cancer coach, oncology nutritionist, and breast cancer survivor. And this space is for women who want to heal with intention, who want to trust their bodies again and create lives that they love living. And in today's episode, this might be one that shakes you a little bit, and then it softens you a lot. I want to talk about the one thing you absolutely cannot and should not try to boss around, and that's the divine. Being a cancer boss is liberating. It is freeing. It sets the tone in how we show up in our lives and especially in our healing. But there's one thing that we should not try to boss around, and that's the divine. We pray, and then we don't trust. We ask for help, for clarity, for healing, and then we immediately start micromanaging the outcome. Like the divine needs our suggestion on how to deliver what we just asked for. We say, God, please show me the way, whatever it is for you, by the way. God, universe, Mother Nature. I'm not talking about religion here. I'm just talking about the divine. For me, it's God. So, God, please show me the way. And then we rush off with our own agenda, our own thing, our own set of rules. We are bad at listening. We are bad at waiting. We are bad at trusting when we ask the divine for help. We're really bad at it when we ask for help and then it shows up and we don't recognize it. And then we wonder why we feel exhausted and anxious and uncertain. And it's not because the answer isn't coming. It's because we've crowded out a space to receive it. There's a line that I love, one that I read over and over again from a book from Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. And it's this: to say that prayer changes things is not as close to the truth as saying prayer changes me and then I change things. Let that settle a minute. Prayer. And if you don't use words like that, think of it as silence or meditation or intention or surrender. It isn't about manipulating our circumstances. It's about opening us up so we can see the divine already at work. So often we treat it like a task. We check it off before we go to the real work. But prayer is the real work. Slowing your mind down is the real work. Meditation, silence is the real work. It is the real shift. And the moment that we stop trying to boss the divine around, we start making space for healing. Let's go a little bit deeper. Here's the truth that really rocked me. Our need to control things. It's not instinct. It's programming. Control feels instinctual, like we have an instinct to control things in our lives. It feels urgent. It feels like life or death. But it's not a survival instinct. It's a survival strategy. It's a coping mechanism. And like all coping mechanisms, it was built during a time when we felt unsafe or uncared for. So take a breath, because if that resonates, it might hit hard. And it's okay to feel it. Here's how it goes down in our life. At some point, maybe early in life, maybe during a trauma, maybe even when you were diagnosed with cancer, we experience a moment when help didn't come. When we were scared and no one was there to soothe us. When we needed comfort and we just kept being told over and over again to be strong. And when we were suffering and it felt like too much of a burden for us to carry, much less try to share it with anybody else, so we recluse. So we learned, if I want to feel safe, I have to control the situation. If I want to survive, I can't rely on anyone else. And if I want to be loved, I need to hold it all together. And because those beliefs worked in that time, in that moment, we thought that they were instincts, but they're not. They're a script that we learned in fear, not truths that we inherited in wisdom. Here's another one that cracked me open. True instincts do not cause burnout. Coping mechanisms do. Control gives us the illusion of safety, but it wears us out. It clouds our intuition. It keeps us from receiving the very support that we keep praying for. And here's the wildest part. Control actually blocks those healing pathways that we're trying to create. Can I just tell you something right here in all honesty from my heart today? You don't need to be in control to be safe. You need to feel safe enough to let go of control. So how do you know when you're trying to boss around the divine? We don't need to rewrite every old script. We just need to recognize them when they show up. And here's what they sound like. I need to figure this out right now. It sounds like I've tried everything and nothing is working. It sounds like I just need one more opinion before I can move forward. It sounds like if I don't stay on top of every detail, something bad will happen. Can you hear the programming in there? As a recovering, I need to have it all figured out right now-aholic, I'll tell you this, it doesn't work. And it's not in your healing journey. And it's not in a life of peace. And it's not in a body trying to repair and to restore itself. Control sometimes looks like never letting off the gas, ignoring your body's signals because the plan says so, comparing your healing to someone else's, managing every supplement, every bite, every hour out of fear instead of love. So here's a little gut check for you. Am I demanding clarity before I'm willing to trust? Am I acting from peace or panic? Have I made space for something greater to help me carry this? Just check in with yourself. When you stop trying to boss the divine, here are the things that can happen, and they're amazing. Peace arrives before the solution. You're not spinning anymore. You're still, you're softened. You find a breath that you didn't even know you were holding, not because the storm is over, but because you stop trying to hold up the sky. The other thing that happens is the right support starts to appear. You stop chasing, doors start to open, guidance start to flow. Healing begins to flow more naturally. Your nervous system settles down. Inflammation, you can feel it lowering. Your sleep improves. Your digestion gets easier. Your body feels safe in the moment to actually heal. You remember that you're not alone, that you don't have to hold it all, that you don't have to force it, and that it's okay to let the divine take control. The other thing that happens is that miracles have a space to land. When you stop trying to orchestrate the outcome, the divine gets creative. And maybe best of all, your faith deepens. You don't need constant proof. You just trust the process of healing, not the product of it. So let's bring this home. Let's make this real. Not with another to-do list, not with a performance, not with a breath. Let's move from control to allowance. Maybe if you're safe to do so, close your eyes, hand on heart. I allow myself to stop gripping the outcome. I allow uncertainty to be a space of potential and not punishment. I allow myself to be guided even if I don't know the full path. I allow rest to be productive. I allow miracles to come in forms I didn't expect. I allow the divine to do what only it can do. And I allow myself to be loved, not just in the healing outcome, but in the healing process itself. Take one final breath with me. Let go of that breath you didn't even know that you were holding. You don't have to carry this alone. You're not the boss of the divine, and you don't need to be. You're a beloved partner in this sacred healing. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me. If this spoke to you, please take a time, give me a thumbs up, follow me, share it with a friend. Maybe somebody else needs to hear this too. And remember, healing isn't something that you have to force. It's something that you allow in your life. So until next time, keep showing up with love, keep showing up with trust in the divine, and keep showing up with your whole heart. And remember, Cancer is not your destiny. If you have enjoyed this episode, it's time to connect. Make sure you follow this podcast and check out all the socials on anystagecancer.com. If you're ready to talk about your own healing using the Cancer Boss method, then click the link below this episode. Hey, and remember, Cancer's not your destiny. Okay, I'm outie.